Hi, good afternoon. It's R&D again from PWG Auto. Today we have a Kia Rio in 1.2 liter with a clutch that's not properly disengaging. So when the customer drives the car and he presses the clutch is very soft, changes gears. It's very hard to go into first gear and second gear. It actually does grate the gears when it goes into reverse. So yeah, just a bit of history on this car. This car was in the shop in April. We replaced the clutch for him, so the clutch is brand new, and we also replaced clutch slave cylinder because it was leaking. So it's an interesting problem. Let's dive into it and see what we can find. Get back to you now. I did make the decision on this little Kia. We did bleed this clutch. The master cylinder there under, it's very hard to see. On the slave I mean, and the clutch pedal feel is the same, so I think we're going to go ahead and replace that master cylinder as it's the only old part in the system, and then we'll retest and see what happens, see if that solved our problem. Okay, so I did replace this master cylinder and bled the clutch again, and it's exactly the same. There is no change. So I suspect something is going on with the clutch, although it's new. I don't know, maybe lining came off. We'll speak to the customer and take the gearbox out and do inspection and see what we can see. If the clutch is faulty, we'll have to replace it for him under warranty. But let's get it stripped and see what we find. I'll do an update when we know what's going on. Good morning. Just a recap. We're still busy with our Kia Rio of yesterday, where we did replace the clutch master cylinder and bled the system, and the clutch just still didn't work, just still felt very soft. And then we did take the gearbox out for us, and we did inspect the clutch and stuff, and all looked good. And we did happen to find the problem, and it's this. Where's the release bearing, please? The clutch fork that operates this release bearing that sits on that little fork, and this fork pushes and pulls back our release bearing. So what we did find is the bolt that holds that fork to this rod was snapped off. This thing here, we did manage to get it out, but we did have to cut this fork here to release the pressure and get the shaft out. And so yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and replace that fork and put a new bolt in it, and that problem should be solved. As soon as it's back together, we'll do an update and test it and see how it goes. Cheers. Alright, so just to leave off, carry on where we stopped. There's our old parts with a new rod and a new fork thrust bearing assembly. Tulosizwe is going to install it into the gearbox and put the gearbox back in the car, and then we'll test and see how it goes. Alright, so our little Kia is back together, gearbox in. Tulosizwe installed it, everything back together, and tested this car, and I'm happy to say that everything, the clutch is functioning as it should. No more grinding gears, nice and smooth, so good, and taking in the right place. And yeah, glad we got the customer back on the road. See you next time. Cheers.